Hey everybody, Shabbat Shalom. As we sit here at the end of the 5th week of camp, I've been thinking about the speech that I gave at our 75th anniversary celebration. One of our board members who spent last Shabbat in camp likes to remind me about this speech possibly every time he speaks with me. And that speech was about my sense of Ramah, Wisconsin's historic role, which is about dynamism and stasis. It's about maintaining our commitments, our mission, attempting to play the historic role that we were created for almost 80 years ago, and being dynamic. I've learned many things from many of my teachers at camp, and one of the most important that I learned from Rabbi Bert Cohen, Zichrono Livracha. Bert was the director here from 1960 through 1974, and one of the things that Rabbi Cohen shared with me as we became quite close in his 80s and 90s was his sense that Ramah has always had to evolve with the times. Part of this evolution is from external sources, the ways that the world changes, the ways that campers change, staff change, what camper families are looking for is different. And part of it is about the changing nature of the camp program to respond to all of those shifts. This week has been a reminder of a new level of how we need to be dynamic in today's world. The extreme heat wave of last weekend that spread into this week, I believe the worst heat that we've had in over 5, maybe even 10 or more years. And the air quality challenges of the last few years, though hopefully you can see behind me that even though the AQI numbers have not dropped as much as we would like, the sun is out, we can see the sky, the clouds, the blue, and we can see across the lake for the first time in a few days here. The combination of the heat and the air quality index are reminders to us of how in certain ways that are far, far, far outside of our control, the world is changing around us. And one of the things that has kept Ramah, Wisconsin so strong and so focused on its mission over the years has been an ability to thoughtfully respond to the changes around us in the world. A number of you have reached out to us in the wake of a combination of the heat and the smoke from the wildfires over the last few days. And one of the things that we're already thinking about is ways for groups of our volunteer leadership, specifically our medical committee and our site committee, to work together in partnership with our board of directors on how to respond to these new realities, to do some serious work, some research on the likely frequency of these events, or these things that we're going to see once every 5 years, once every 10 years, possibly multiple times in a given summer. The wildfires have happened more frequently than the severe heat. And how can we thoughtfully plan, invest, and implement changes, possibly physical changes, possibly programmatic changes, so as to be more prepared for this new world in which we live. As I think about that dynamism, which is such an important part of our work, remaining in constant dialogue and partnership with all of you and with our chanichim, our campers, and our tzevet, our staff here at camp every summer, I also think this week about stasis. I think about all the ways that we remain rooted in our historic values. Many people ask me over the last 10 days, Jacob, Visitors' Days, you gotta hate it, right? I love Visitors' Days. I love welcoming back families. I love seeing multi-generations of Ramonics. I love seeing reunions of alumni from 25 or 30 years ago and from 50 or 60 years ago on the key car. I love the way that by the time the kids are in Shoafim or Bogrim, parents sit around those cabin meeting circles and know each other because the kids spend time with each other in the off season. The parents get to know each other over the course of these different summer visits. That is part of our stasis. Another part of our stasis is embracing campers and staff from Israel and building these partnerships with our Israeli cousins. We welcomed over 40 Israeli campers as part of the second session arrival on Monday afternoon, just a few hours after many of you left our campus. And the integration of those kids, most of whom are in Machon and Nivonim, our 10th and 11th grade age groups, has really been remarkable. Last night, we premiered the Ramah new theatrical experience of SpongeBob the Musical by Solalim. It was a magnificently directed and unbelievably energetic and exuberant performance by our rising 7th graders. And that expression of Jewish identity, of Eidah identity, of pride and self-esteem and stage presence is also a hallmark of Ramah campers dating back well over 70 years. As we turn the corner here, we're looking forward to some cooler weather into the next week and look beyond towards the rest of this session. I thank you, as I do every week, for your ongoing partnership and support, and we'll look forward to being in touch in a little bit. Shabbat Shalom.